working, so I sit by the ocean. I spent my last buck on a bottle of whiskey. Drunk and broke, sitting here in history. I made my mind up how I'm going. Got nowhere to go, don't know where I'm going. I do the one.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Scorch Corner. We are in week 11 with Casey Lyons. Alright. I always screw that up.
I mean, he's got the mane and everything. So
Oh,
he
yeah.
does. It's like
I'm trying to make it as clear as possible how to pronounce my name.
Casey's been with us for a few months now. He runs the bar program over at Nook. He's very talented, a very funny guy. Really enjoyed his time these last short months getting to know him. So we're going to get to know him a little bit more today. Got a few questions for him. We've got some easy ones, some medium ones, and some tougher ones. So
excited.
We'll get into
So
it.
excited.
Let's talk about your Bronco.
Yeah.
Okay, why do you like Broncos so much? What's that about?
Well, you see, I never matured after the age of 4.
Got it.
So I always
feel like
wanted a
OJ when
fucking
you're driving
Tonka
it?
truck. No, I just wanted a Tonka truck. That's all I want. Now I haven't been able to afford the new shoes for it because I want to get the proper size Tonka truck tires for it.
Okay.
But that's happening.
And it's the same size as like the kid Tonka truck.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah.
It's fucking tiny.
Wait, does yours
Tiny.
have 4 doors?
Do you have
or
4
just
doors?
the 2?
Or
No,
two?
I have 2.
Two.
Okay. I don't understand that. What do
Yo,
they
the
make
back
it with 4
seat
doors?
is so
Yeah, they make them with
small.
Yeah, the back seat is small.
It's tiny. Last time we were in it, I was just like, I had to fucking do yoga in that
friend of
bitch.
ours-
Oh yeah,
Lauren,
no,
Lauren.
it's tiny in the back.
She has one, and he was like outstretched.
Oh yeah. See, my problem was I ordered it in 2020,
Oh,
and
so did she.
I received it in
Yesterday.
the fall of last year.
What?
My life changed quite a bit in that amount of time.
Oh, yeah,
And now
of
I'm
course.
dating a kid, or dating a girl who has 2 kids.
Whoa.
No, it's fine. We'll just be booted off the entire internet forever.
Who wants to be on the internet? Anyways, now I got the Bronco in the first week that I had it. I put a fucking kid seat in the back of it.
Oh, the
and I
kids
was
hate it.
like, oh, kids fucking love it.
Oh, really?
Oh, absolutely.
Even
One's
with
a
the tiny-
gearhead, and the other one just loves being in a Tonka truck.
Oh, fuck yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah. So it's
How old are
awesome.
the kids, if you don't mind me asking?
4 and 14.
So I don't think these guys know how it is to date with people with kids. I've dated women with children. How do you like it? How hard is it? How easy is it?
So one of my first jobs was being a preschool teacher. So I felt like I always had
So what do you
that.
want your
Oh, you have like a tremendous amount of patience. Jesus Christ, preschool.
Was it? Were you still like manning it up?
No, I was
Oh,
shorter
okay.
hair at that point. Jesus, they would have ripped that shit off.
Scalped your ass real
No,
quick.
but I mean, the patience is the same as bartending because after about 1:30,
You're
every
pretty much babysitting.
adult
You're fucking
is
babysitting
about
everybody.
2.5 years
Yeah.
old.
Right.
At least emotional intelligence-wise.
How do you like it, dating someone with children?
If
If you don't mind me asking, sorry.
no,
That's too intrusive.
it's no problem at all. I mean, I love her. I love the kids.
Kids are great, right?
Yeah, I mean, the thing is that you have to wrap your mind around the fact that you're not just dating the person.
Her, you're dating the children as well.
You're dating the children, and I want to very much marry the girl. So then it's like, I'm not trying to be stepdad. I'm trying to be bonus dude.
Yeah, you're not.
They
you're,
both
you're
have
not,
dads.
You're not trying to fill a position that's already there.
Right.
You're just trying to be someone that's gonna be there.
Correct.
Exactly.
Right.
I like that term bonus, dude. That's kind of
Yeah.
seems cool.
You're like
because
an
you can
extra
add-
dad.
you can
Whenever
add to the
they
situation,
need
but-
something, yo, I'm still here.
Right.
Yes,
It's like, hey, I have a closet full of schmediums. You ready?
I see him.
Right? Like,
see 'em.
I'm ready for you. You're 14 years
I
old.
thought-
You can wear everything I fucking have.
I thought he was wearing your shirt, and I was like, shit.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Are we gonna talk about shirts now? You gonna take the batteries out of that shirt?
Okay, so Casey's girlfriend, her name is Daniela. She's worked with us for a long time. Awesome girl. When I found out that you guys were dating, I was like, this is a perfect match. You guys seem great together. My question for you is, why won't she let me call her Danny? She gets so upset about that.
You know what a hate crime is, right?
I mean, like the legality of it, I think, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's-
Just don't.
Don't do it.
Don't.
Yeah,
That's
she
it.
really hates it.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so that's what it is.
She hates it that much?
She made me change she's like, you are no longer allowed to call me
She
this."
will make you change
you-
it in her fucking phone.
Yeah, exactly.
Just don't refer to her as that.
Did you
Okay.
do it?
Ella.
Did you do it initially?
No.
No?
She,
No, I usually listen.
No, he's
He's
no.
the
I want to be
strong-
with her.
Yeah. I usually listen to strong-willed females.
Otherwise,
Yeah.
The outcomes
What is the
hell
world?
to
That's
pay.
tough.
What is the world?
yeah. Well, so I want to transition into something that we were talking about the other day, how difficult it is to find loyalty and commitment in the Arcadia area. And it seems like, you and Ella have this great, prospering relationship. And I'd see so much cheating and so much like infidelity around here. I don't know if you've had that experience since you've been working around these.
I mean, I've definitely had the experience. I watched two 70-year-old men have a dick measuring competition with each other, all while trying to figure out whether or not they were going to have like a wife swap situation the other night.
Wait, okay.
Wait,
let me
wait.
switch back up.
That's like,
Oh, yeah.
that's-
Is this a literal, like a literal?
Was it no?
Oh, so this happened.
Oh yeah,
Holy.
yeah. Where it was
let's
like
take
And you're
from the
watching
bottom.
this, and you're watching this. On,
Let's start
okay,
from the
so we
beginning.
have couple number one, cute, well-funded, 75 or like 60 years old, and then we have basically the exact same thing. Walk in on the other side, just switch the hair colors, and they walk in. Couple number one, male is attracted to couple number two,
female.
female. Correct. They start talking, and then you see the opposite sides of the couple realize the frustration with the situation, and then they start talking. And then the men become uncomfortable with the situation, and then for some reason they have to touch each other and make sure they know that their physical self is there.
Were you like front row fight night, like staring at it, or were you just kind of like trying to pretend to not
He's on.
exist?
Oh, I always just, I do the just polish glassware and
just
just
stare.
make it look like,
Yeah.
Like you're doing
I'm
something?
not paying attention to everything
this,
that's
like this,
happening.
like,
But yeah, no, I'm taking live bets in my mind about what's
You're like you've been polishing that glass for an hour.
So he
I
was
think
like,
it's clean.
he was like, I'm taking live bets in his mind, because the next segue I wanted to go into was sports betting. But I want to stay on this for a second.
Yeah. Finish this.
Yeah.
So what ended up happening?
So it took a moment for couple number two to come out the fact that they weren't a couple. It was like the gay best friend who's probably not just gay.
Oh.
And he was with his best friend's wife. So there was a little bit of upside pineapple down situations.
Do you know about that?
Yes.
I just
I
learned about-
actually
I
wanted
just
to bring
learned
it up
about
because
that.
of your
Yeah.
pineapple tattoo.
Oh, I got two of them. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Are they upside down?
No, they're not.
It
upside
depends
down.
on which view
Yeah.
that they
He's
look
looking at it
at.
upside down, so.
Yeah.
No, I just
uh,
learned about that, dude. I've seen
Really?
those upside down pineapples, like in,
Yeah.
in like
Dude, you just
like in the suburb, like.
yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck is that? Is that Hawaii?
No,
like,
bro.
No,
it's
it's
a
just
whole
a bunch of married people who like fucking each other.
Yeah, they're like
Jesus, man,
it's a whole community.
Correct.
It's
It's
a lifestyle.
at this point it's a community.
Crazy.
And they banded around Hawaiian t-shirts and cocktail bars that are local to them. It's fucking bonkers.
I'm surprised you're not wearing one. Oh, you're not married.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go. It's the commitment.
Exactly. So wait, okay, so couple number one, couple number two, did they wind up
Yeah.
swapping out? And
No, they did not. Couple number two ended up going a little bit too heavy on the sauce. And
Sauced up.
I couldn't land the plane, if you know
Got
what
it.
I mean.
damn it.
Yeah.
The
so,
sauce game.
Landing the plane, huh?
Yeah.
Ricky's got this really interesting theory that planes don't exist. Is that what it is?
No, they exist, but there are times where there's a glitch in the matrix and they are stationary in the air. We've already gone over.
So is this a fake plane or a real plane though?
I don't know. I don't know.
Tell Casey about the time you saw a plane not moving in the air. You drove, you thought it was a balloon. You drove
thought it
past
was-
it, and then you came back, and then where was it?
I was driving on the 202. I was by Tempe Marketplace, and there was a plane. No, I was by Scottsdale Road, and there was a plane like, you know, they have the power lines. The plane was like right above the power lines. That's way too low for it to be going into the airport.
Okay.
So so I drove past. I thought it was a balloon, like some kind of airline promotion.
Right.
So I like circled back, and the plane was gone.
So does that mean that the plane moved?
That's what we're trying to get you to
See.
confess to. You know the plane was moving. Deep down.
If it
It
wasn't
was
moving,
way too low to be flying. I'm telling you, it was stationary. I can see in the fucking windows. That's how close it was to the fucking highway. I'm not joking. Like, you can call me crazy. I don't care. I know what I saw.
See, this is the thing. So a lady the other day was on a plane, and she said that there was a person next to her that was not real.
the
was a
shapeshifter.
shapeshifter, yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And
You guys see
she
the-
has
Yeah, we saw it.
she has the exact same iteration of it where she says, I don't care what you think about this. I
Right.
know what I saw. And that kind of proves the point. Something fucking wonky happened. I don't know what it is, but I can
Yeah, have you seen it? Did
correctively
you see
say
it?
wonky shit happened.
They interviewed the guy. He has like tattoos everywhere. He's got like.
But was it the guy, though?
Yeah,
Right.
It was that guy, and he
Well,
had
apparently Carrot Top was on the plane, but we
Oh,
still
was he?
haven't. We still have not
Carrot
gotten
Top was on the
clarification.
plane?
We haven't
What the
gotten
fuck is going on
clarification
with-
yet. He hasn't
What the
gone
fuck is going
public.
on with Carrot Top?
I would imagine steroids amongst all.
Well, he's
that
juiced to
just,
the gills.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't understand how you would ever want to go from funny to jacked. I think that's the opposite of the way that you want to go. Like you go funny, get into it, and then Jonah Hill it, and then you fuck it up afterwards.
Did he really
Did
put
you
his
see-
foot in his mouth, or was come on, the Jonah Hill thing?
Both
he's-
No,
feet.
no.
Both feet.
Really?
All he said was,
Really?
"Hey,
All he
I
said was
can't
like,
be your
hey,
dude if you do this."
If you're out with dudes surfing, if you're hanging out with dudes randomly, that's not the shit that I want to fuck with. You do you. I'm not gonna get mad at you about it.
I'm with
Bye.
him. I'm on his side.
I'm
You're
on
on
Jonah's
his
side.
side.
Yeah.
I'm on Jonah's side.
What's your opinion on this?
So he can be in This Is the End and play that character.
Oh,
But she can't go get in the water and wear a bikini?
See,
Okay. And,
that's-
work
that's-
on her own brand or
That's,
whatever
that's
other
where he gets murky.
bullshit.
Like, where did he meet her? Did he meet her
Oh
like,
yeah,
out and about? Or
we
did
don't
he
have
meet
the-
her surfing?
Yeah, I don't have the brawl. He did not meet her surfing.
Of course
at
he
all.
did.
Well, of course
Of course
not.
he did. Of course he did. I think that he met her out in the club. She's like, oh, I'm a surfer, blah, blah, blah. He's like, oh, that's cool. And then they start hanging out. And then he realized that, oh, shit, she's out with dudes.
with other surfers.
Yeah.
Right.
More
Which is
times
what
than
surfers
not.
do.
Right.
Which is what surfers do.
Right.
I mean, like, I can see both sides, but I can see him setting that boundary, like,
Yeah, but like if it's her brand, it's like you telling Dub like, hey, or a girl telling Dub like, hey, you know what? I don't really want you around the bar life. I don't really want you serving drinks. He's gonna be like, oh, what the fuck do you want me to do? Like,
I really started thinking
I don't
about it.
polish shoes.
It's like if you date a stripper, you know she's a stripper when you meet her. You cannot then say, hey, I need you to stop doing that.
oh
Right.
yeah, it's the same thing.
Right?
Right.
You bought
bought into
what
it.
it was.
Right. As is.
However,
You're not asking for it to change.
You signed the lease. Like,
Yeah.
right, but I would want to know the terms of the lease. So like, if I didn't know you were a stripper, but you did it on the side, that would suck.
Well, yeah, that's.
But if you met
But
her
if-
while
yeah,
she
but
was
if you
being a
met
stripper,
her, if you met her and you
Well,
gave
yeah,
her a
then
20,
then the terms are
Highlighter.
the terms are there.
it's out of the question.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
like, if
She
it's
was just
if
a
it's-
hostess.
if it's
Okay.
transparent,
it's just a hostess.
entertainer.
She's a good time concierge.
Where's the OnlyFan hashtag on here?
Professional dancer.
Yeah, do we need to do an OnlyFans now thing too?
No.
Oh, they're all calling
No
themselves.
one makes any money on that. Let's be real.
They're all
I don't-
calling
I don't-
themselves.
you can make some money
flight
on it.
attendants now.
What is the reference there?
Well, I believe that it means that they get paid to fly around.
Okay, yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah. I had a couple of them the other night. They could not figure out how to pay their bill. It was amazing. They closed out two
Were they-
tabs back to back, and you know how it goes: subtotal, tip, total.
Right.
Yeah.
And so one's $44. They tip $48. Like, cool.
$4
I
on $4 on 40.
I understand how you are.
I understand how the math is going here. Next one, $55 tab.
$5.
This is where it gets funny. They put 68 on the tip and then $5 on the total. Like putting this shit in. Boop, 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 boop. Please argue with me. It's written here on a piece of paper. The simple fact that you can't do math is not my problem.
Yeah. Did it go through?
I haven't heard about it.
Okay.
That means it went through.
He has not checked his bank statement.
I can't wait to get that letter.
Yeah, me either. People gotta learn. People gotta learn.
Oh my gosh. All right.
Where we at?
Okay, we got a few other ones too. I want to talk about. We do a lot of current stuff at work, like current affairs and what's in the news and things like that. But how do you consume your media? Like as far as entertainment, news, politics, whatever it may be. Are you like a cable news guy? Are you a YouTube person? You're on Twitter. Like, how do you?
So podcasts, I absolutely love.
Who do you like to listen to?
I mean, I love Barstool. I think that I started listening to them 2020.
Who's
when
Barstool?
Everything.
You don't know Barstool?
No.
Dude, where the fuck have you been?
Pardon my take is like the biggest podcast on the fucking planet.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's
Bigger than Rogan.
They're just right there with Rogan.
They're right below Rogan. But they've
I'm
been
gonna check
number
it
2
out.
podcast on the planet since the pandemic. So I usually go to them. They do, so on Mondays after football, they do the Chris Berman, like, mashup of everything that happened in football, and it's all in song form, and it's fucking brilliant.
In song form?
Oh, it's amazing. It's amazing. Like
Like
and they're
musical?
just, it's just like this. It's just a couple dudes hanging out, talking shit
Talking
with each
shit.
other. But it's quite beautiful.
Dude, I get my news-
I
I get my
avoid
news
the
from YouTube,
shit out
yeah.
of politics. I apologize.
No, go ahead.
No, I avoid the shit out of politics. I find it to be toxic energy and completely wasted.
Yeah, I would agree. A lot of my time is wasted in this bullshit.
Yeah.
And what do I have to show for it? Like, I know a few extra. That's stupid. I get to
why-
fight with Brad though. That's kind of why I like to do it. Brad is
Brad,
my best liberal friend, and he comes in every day. And we
He
just
gets
fight.
revved up.
Oh, he gets angry. Yeah.
I,
God bless.
I love it because we just sit here and we're like, watch these two motherfuckers like
Watch this,
go
watch
at
this,
it,
watch this, watch
and then
this.
like 20 minutes later, like an hour later, you guys are like, all right, man, you want a shot?
And what have we accomplished? Fuck all. Like nothing happens. It's too much. Also, we do a lot of AI stuff on this show, and I had a question about with the rise of this stuff happening. There's a lot of people talking about how jobs may be affected, meaning high-paying jobs. So not like I'm not talking about the plumbers, electricians. I'm talking about like you just got done with law school.
Right.
Your job's not even necessary anymore because we have these programs.
Correct.
If you're brand new out of finance, like you're not going to have a job.
No.
And I'm just curious where you think that's going to go. I have a take on it because I think it's going to be kind of like computers, how they make everyone more efficient, but we're going to have to adapt. And I just kind of feel bad for these kids. We always make fun of on the show, make fun of these kids that go to expensive colleges, get lesbian dance theory, and then whine when they can't find a job.
Did you say? What did you say?
Lesbian.
Lesbian
It's
dancer.
a major.
I
Yeah.
got it.
But now I'm thinking about Drew, and he's going to he's getting done with
For
finance.
finance.
And so does he have a job in the next for the next 5 years? I don't know. It's kind of sucks.
It's gonna be tough.
But he'll have to adapt. I don't know if you've
Yeah.
heard anything about that or have any
Oh no,
concerns.
I've been paying attention to it. I feel like it's the same generational gap with much more effectiveness than like when Excel came out, and all of a sudden we had these spreadsheets, and all of a
We
sudden the
talked about
accountants no longer had to keep these giant books.
Right.
Now it's all on the computer. This is just the next giant fucking jump in that, because you can basically teach the algorithm how to crunch data. I mean, kids have been using it for fucking school for the last year and a half. They had to create a program to figure out whether or not the shit that kids were sending in was real or fake. I think they had to create a whole nother app for that. I think it's fascinating, but yeah, no, all of those people who paid for those expensive ass fucking jobs to have, you're fucked.
We're like the cockroaches of the working world. Like we're always gonna have a job.
I've seen those robots try to make cocktails, and they fucking suck.
Yeah.
I'm job security.
Job security. That's great.
Like, how do they tell? Like if you're in college and you got to write a paper on whatever, and you go to fucking Chat GPT and you're like, write me a 56-page paper on astrophysics.
But also think about how many people actually got away with it while it wasn't noticed. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Right.
how many people graduated
Right.
when AI was just like small
In
and
its
tiny.
infant, yeah.
So there's so many people out there that don't know shit about engineering.
Yeah.
Right.
And here they are being maybe one of the top engineers in the world. And then they're like, all right,
All
cool.
of
They're like,
fucking Chat.
yeah, all ChatGPT. They're like, oh, I'm going to build this today.
But I mean, to your point, they probably had to fucking use AI to create another app in order to figure out whether or not AI was used in creating this formula.
I think we're fucked, man. Like, has nobody learned from Terminator? Like, I don't understand why.
Art imitates life.
Do you remember back? I think we're all old enough to remember before cell phones. Really, I mean,
yeah.
maybe we had the Nokia 9300 brick with Snake 2 on
Snake.
it.
Snake.
But like,
Oh, that snake was
when,
fire.
you, when you were like 5 to like 9, the times tables you just know by heart. You
Oh,
know,
yeah.
you can do mental math. If I give you, I give you your bill's 1536 and you give me a 20. Like, I can do that in my head
Yeah.
fast. But now, it's just very common for people to take their phone out, use their calculator, whatever.
I've seen people do that.
So
I was like, what are you doing?
Have you been to the store when like you hand them like because I like getting my change like even. So if my total is like 14.11, I give them 25 and they look at me like I'm the dumbest
world's
person on
ended.
earth.
Yeah.
And they're like, what do I do here? And it's like,
I just want
simple
$10
math.
bill.
Like, no.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Just simple
Or
math.
the regular thing that you do.
I'm like,
Yeah.
you don't even have to do the math. Just type in the number and then it'll tell you what to give me.
Right.
So are we setting our society up for future failure? Meaning
Laziness.
That, but also with what he's talking about, using these programs in a day-to-day thing, then all of a sudden it doesn't work, or we don't like it, or we have to start over, and the kids are gonna, you have to use an abacus. Going from like a TI-83, now that's gone for whatever reason, and now we have to go back. No one's gonna know how to do anything.
Oh, yeah, because like
Oh, we're
us, yeah,
there.
we do
We're there.
percentages in our heads every day, but if you go to anywhere else, like fucking Walgreens, Walmart, something like that, they're stuck. They're like, what do I do here if he hands me $100?
Dude, with tipping, I'm always rounding up. So if my bill is like $14.34, in my mind, it's $15 to make it easier for me. And then I'm
just-
adding the tip on top of that.
And that,
Like, I don't
it's
understand how that's so
and like that's the
difficult.
crazy thing for us. It's like simple math, but for everybody else, you're like younger society.
You take the first number and you times it by 2. And whatever that is, you give that to me on top of whatever this is.
Right.
Yeah,
That's about it. You can give me more. That'd be really cool.
that'd be great. I'd be grateful.
Yeah.
That is the amount that you give me.
Right.
Yeah.
It's so easy.
If you give me less, you are going to see me less.
That's honestly the way it works. It's not super difficult to figure out.
I had a guy that didn't tip on a tab last night, and I walked past him like a screensaver like 3 times. Like, oh, you still thirsty? That's cool.
What's the meanest
what-
thing you've done to a guest? I've got a story for you.
Meanest thing I've done.
What,
to a guest?
like passive
In,
aggressive?
in your mind that you've done, like ignore
Yeah,
them.
super
or, like-
passive aggressive.
Yeah.
I am just all passive aggressive energy, so this is gonna take a moment. Can you tell your story and let me marinate?
Yeah.
Because there's
He's like, I got a good one.
there's gonna be some good things coming out of this.
So I don't know if you guys know this, but I used to be Frank's barback 18 years ago, and one year it was the New York Giants, and I think it was the Cardinals in the Super Bowl, and it was here, and then we also had Waste Management, and we had Barrett Jackson, and whatever. It was just the stars
It's a
aligned,
trifecta.
Yeah.
and we had everyone in the world was in Phoenix.
Like last year.
Shit
But
shows
like worse.
supreme.
It seemed so much more
Yeah.
aggressive. And everyone's from New York, so everyone's, got that chip on their shoulder or whatever. And so I'm working with Frank, and I think somebody threw like a piece of ice at me while I was working.
Oh,
And he's like, "Hey, can I get a fucking drink over here?" And I'm like, and I walked up to him and I was like, "What would you like? What would you like?" Fuck you. Like that's probably my meanest one.
That's your meanest one. Okay, I like that.
Just serving everyone else except them.
did he apologize?
No.
No.
Fuck no, he didn't.
I'm from Brooklyn. Okay.
Oh,
So I like to think that I have basically like a top 5 for last night, the last 6 months, and then career. So I'll just give you one of the career ones.
Okay.
And this one came down to a Yelp review that I received. I was actually at lunch. It was a Sunday fun day with the general manager of the restaurant that I worked at. And he gets a text from upper management at Fox Restaurant Concepts. And so he has to respond to the Yelp review. So we're sitting at a restaurant at Fashion Square. And there's probably 6 of us. We're in the middle of doing beers and shots. And he pulls out his phone and he starts reading this. And out loud, it's just beautiful. The moment was I'm bartending in the Well at Dropout. Friday night, we're busy. Douchebag and Asian side piece walk up to the Well, and he's got face tattoos, and he's like, "Hey man, what do you have?" And so I'm in the Well, and poor ergonomics on the restaurant was that I'm just facing the front of the restaurant at all times. So I'm just douchebag alley for people coming up and asking me for drinks, even though this is where the servers pick up shit.
Right.
So and it's noted because there's server mats, right?
Right. Oh, it's a
garnishes
full
and-
giant crate. Like
Yeah.
nothing about this says that you can sit here. There's no fucking chair.
just leans in heavy too.
Yeah. So I'm running around shaking drinks, grab my menu, give him a menu. It's like, what beers you got? I'm like, if you actually flip that menu over, there's 2 sides to it. Drinks are on the other side. And he's like, I'll just have this. And he fucking throws the menu back at me. He's like, how much is it? I'm like, between $5 and $10. And he's like, well, what is it? I'm like, between $5 and $10. He was like, I need to know the total. I'm like, I haven't rang you up yet. He's like, well, why not? I'm like, I'm still making fucking drinks. And so I get this Yelp review, and my best friend, GM at the time, is reading this out loud. And he's like, so this homeless bartender, who clearly has not showered, shaved, or taken care of himself, and he just throws the menu at me. He tells me between $5 and $10. And I'm just sitting at this Sunday fun day, just like trying not to giggle my fucking face off because I know this exact moment that happened. And passive aggressive is basically
Like
the
what?
only way that I can hold myself
Yeah.
in this industry anymore.
It's a dark.
I start every sentence with "I'm sorry," and then I say whatever the fuck I was going to say before.
No offense,
Is it like
followed
a-
by the most offensive thing I can ever think of.
Like an offense sandwich, like
Yeah. Yeah. Like last night, I had these ladies who, like, they came in and they were trying to test the waters on how I was personality-wise, and they kept asking questions like, what's good here? And I'm like, well, we actually have this fascinating thing called a menu. And we decided collectively as a team that we were going to rate the things that we thought we were good on there. And so one side we put food on, and fuck it, other side, save space, drinks. And she's like, so this drink, the cougar juice, is it good? I'm like, yep, that's why it's on the menu. And she's like, oh, I don't really like your attitude. I'm like, ma'am, this isn't my attitude, this is my personality.
So how do you identify?
I'm pragmatic. You ask me a stupid fucking question, you get a stupid fucking answer.
You're going to get a stupid answer.
If you're asking me which one of these 2 drinks you think that you might like better, I can give you an answer. Like, at least show me that you read it.
Right.
Like you thought about what you wanted,
Yeah.
or you were open to criticism. If not, go fuck yourself.
Like, do you guys hate when, like, when you're behind the bar and somebody comes in and they're just, like, lost. They have no idea what they want to drink. It's like,
it's called Restaurant Week.
haven't you drank it before? Like,
No. There are
It's
some
like,
people.
how are you confused right now? Like, there's only
You order the same shit every time.
Every time.
Right.
No matter, like, okay, you go to Taco Bell. I don't know if you guys go to Taco Bell. You don't pull up to the drive-thru and be like, fuck.
I can do my Taco Bell order right here, right now.
I can do it right now.
Same.
15 seconds. I know I'm gonna round up for charity. Absolutely.
Throw some extra hot sauce in that because I want enough for the whole fucking meal.
Exactly.
Not just the 3 tacos that I ordered,
And
but the
some
whole
for the
fucking
house.
thing. and some for the house. I want 2 chalupas. Replace the tacos with the fucking Doritos tacos.
See how quick that is? Like,
Yeah. You know this shit.
That's why
do you
you're
pull up
in
to
the
a-
line.
Yeah.
Why do you go to a restaurant
Yeah.
and it's like,
dude, every time I stand in line, anywhere I go, people are always doing the fucking most, dude. Like, I can't.
It's
Every
like,
person
what
in
does that
front of me is
taste like?
doing the most. I'm like, come on, man. You're in Chick-fil-A.
Be ready.
Yep.
you know
Chicken.
this.
Be ready.
You know this.
Chicken. You want this chicken sandwich? You want that chicken sandwich?
Okay,
you want
so what do you
nuggets?
order? You order 2 chalupas with
Yeah,
a
I ordered
Dorito
number
shell.
6, which is like a 2 chalupas with a taco.
Okay.
And then like I just replaced a normal taco with the Doritos Ultimate Taco because it tastes better. And then I'm like, let me get enough hot sauce for all my shit.
Cool
because
Ranch?
No, the Dorito that's like the fire taco.
It's still fucking genius.
It's still genius.
I
It's
didn't even know
delicious.
about that. I didn't know
That's
they
what
could
I
do that.
order. And unless they have like the Fritos burrito, because they stopped making that years ago. Unless they have that, then I'll order one of those.
Shame.
No
See?
shit. No shit.
You know we go to
I'm
Taco
just
Bell.
glad. I'm just glad they brought the pizza back. Because that was
The
bullshit.
Mexican
Oh
pizza.
yeah, absolutely. That
That
was
was fucking bullshit.
You're telling me that you can't
Why-
make that
Yeah, like,
a flat taco shop? That's the part that's fucking confounding you guys. I got
It's not in
a
my
Taco
purview
Bell
anymore.
story for you guys.
Okay, let's do that.
Okay, so I'm working in Irvine at a North Italia, another Fox restaurant concept, and we got a cougar that walks in. I would say more sort of the mountain lion range than standard cougar, and she's telling me that she works at Taco Bell at the place where they come up with the new shit, and I'm like, all right.
The test kitchen.
Yeah, I'm like, this is the
Taco
sacrifice
Bell
that
concept.
I'm gonna have to get. I'm gonna have to make this sacrifice in order to get the dream job. I'm ready. And so, flirting her up, chatting her up, making sure she's got drinks all night long, heavy eye contact, rah rah rah, this, that, and the other thing. And at the end of the night, after she pays her bill, she's like, I got something in the car for you. I'm like, what could this be? Getting my hopes all high. Maybe it's a card. Maybe I'm getting a gig. Maybe I'm playing with Baja Blast this time next year.
Baja,
Oh
yeah.
god, it's so good.
Delicious.
This girl goes out to her Tesla, comes back, and she hands me a $5 gift card for Taco Bell.
wait. She works at
Yep.
Taco Bell and she's driving a Tesla?
Well, she does the test kitchen,
Yeah.
so she's making.
And she gave you a $5 gift card.
$5 gift.
$5 gift card. $5 at Taco Bell. I'm sorry. Like, this is not 1999 anymore.
yeah,
You
I was
can't
about to
do
say,
much
back in the
damage
90s.
with that.
Back in the
I
90s.
can't buy my number 6.
Right.
I can only buy my Baja Blast.
What is the
Right.
average for like fast, like
Dude,
the
I
average
went to-
meal? Because I think
No.
I got like a Big Mac one time and a fry and a Coke, and it was like $18. I'm like,
It's like 20 bucks now.
Dude,
I went to
lunch
Taco
is now
Bell.
$20.
I went to Taco Bell and I got 9 tacos and a pizza, and it was like $27. I was like, what?
The fuck
I
did I,
mean,
get?
I'm already at the window, so I'm not going to be that fucking guy. I'm
no,
just
I
like,
just take my money.
shit.
Yep.
It's
Yeah.
fucking ridiculous, dude.
Food,
Tacos,
food is
they used to be
ridiculous.
like what, 70 cents?
Yeah.
Used to be.
69 cents?
I remember.
Used to be bean and cheese burrito, 99 cents or 79 cents.
Do you know what the only thing on the dollar menu at McDonald's is right now? There's one item.
Apple pie.
Nope. A
Nuggets?
small soda.
Oh,
a
that's
small
right.
one.
Fuck off.
That's
Wait,
it.
they don't have a dollar menu
They have the
anymore?
dollar menu, but it's
Wait.
$1, $2,
Oh, it's a $2.
$3.
It's a $2.
Wait, they don't have
$3
the like
The only
the
thing-
dollar any size soda anymore?
No, I don't think so.
I don't shop. I don't eat McDonald's. So
But it's only one item. Like that's where we're at now. I mean, money's not worth anything. I guess. I mean, inflate. What are we at? 8.6%.
I remember a few years ago, like Burger King came out with like 20 nuggets for like $1.
Yeah.
And then you were
I'm
like,
not eating that.
fuck.
I mean,
Then you question what the fuck you're gonna eat.
yeah, it's all bad. Like, there's no way that
You
you're gonna
so you
get-
never bought them.
I bought.
I bought them.
I mean, but I knew it wasn't good for me. There's no way that's good for you.
Yeah, but it's you're filling a need at that point. Like
Yeah,
you're drunk, you're high,
yeah,
you're starving,
yeah.
and it doesn't matter what you put in.
I'm like 3 edibles in.
Oh, the edible thing we were talking about earlier.
Oh God.
Oh,
If
we
you
talked
want,
about that
if you
fucking-
want
Yeah.
right now, actually, we're at a halfway point. We'll take a little break, and then we'll come back and talk on that
We'll talk
edible
about
topic.
that.
Yeah, let's go get
Sound good?
Yeah,
All right.
cool.
All right, y'all, we are back at the Scorch Corner. We want to talk a little bit about some of the devil's lettuce today. Last time I got high, I got very afraid of the AC units going out or taxes being paid or payroll being ran, so I just don't fuck with it. Casey's a little bit more seasoned, I would say.
That's fair.
And we were talking about edibles versus dabs. I don't even really understand what dabs are.
It's wax. So, like,
How do you make the wax?
It's a combination of butane and pressure. So they basically take the weed and butane, and they use the butane like you would sugar with making a syrup. And high amounts of pressure along with the butane will pull out all the oils out of the weed, hence the THC. So then you get the highest level amount of THC in concentrated form. Without the green, it's wax, but you have to heat it up to the right temperature in order to effectively smoke the shit.
Seems a little irresponsible.
but it's like such a small amount, dude. Like,
The smallest
Like
amount
this-
can just
Wreck
fuck.
dude, I was in the
Wreck you.
couch for hours. I was like, dude, I was at my buddy's house.
So
I was
you
like, dude,
dabbed?
I can't.
That was a dab.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was like, and I've never done it again. I was like, dude, I can't move. Like, I literally could not move. Dude, I was-
Uncomfortably high.
Yeah.
I used to work with people and they used to do it every single day during work. And they're like, join. And I was like, no. I'm like, I know that I'm going to be stuck all fucking day, dead on a couch somewhere. No.
Did you know that when you go to like the weed shops, like unless you have if you don't have an appointment, you can't just like walk in.
No.
I went with a
That's
girl.
not-
That
the
it's
case.
not like that
Really?
anymore.
not
Yeah.
the case.
I went with a girl. She had an appointment, and I was with her, and they wouldn't let me in because I wasn't, I guess, buying weed.
But that was
must
that
be.
was before you needed, because you used to only need the card back in the day.
Now you don't.
It's
need
after.
Now you don't.
No, after that. It's after the not needing the card when it's legal, when they made it legal. They wouldn't let me in.
Based off of my recent experience, all you need is a driver's license. But with the driver's license, you can only buy up to a certain amount, and they'll only allow you to get to a certain level of THC. Everything above that, you have to have a medical card for. But a medical card is basically just spending $200 to get a discount and be able to buy as much as you want to.
So, do they still make you wait outside?
I haven't found that to be the case.
So you can just walk in.
Absolutely.
My experience has been every time I've been there, it's been a line, and they make you like they only let like a certain amount of people in.
They definitely limit the amount of people in there because security is the big issue. Now they don't have to hold as much cash as they used to because it used to, like in California, it's a cash-only business. So they'll have ATMs in there, but they have to have a huge amount of security because of the amount of fucking cash that they hold on to. Now here they have allowed the ATMs and debit and that kind of shit to work. So it's limited a little bit, but I believe they still only want like one person dealing with one person. It's like an Apple store.
Right.
That's something
Did you ever watch that Humboldt County documentary?
Oh yeah.
Dude, that shit is out of fucking control. Like they allow them to grow it, but they place so many regulations on it that they kind of restrict them from growing it.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I feel like that's always the way that Humboldt County has been. Like they literally grow the best weed in the whole country, and they can grow it wild and free, but because California is California, they have to fuck with that. Which is why they've been running trucks from Humboldt County to Phoenix for the last 20 fucking years, because it's still cheaper than doing business the legitimate way.
I think California's going to shit. Like, I think California is getting really close to being like a closed state. Like,
Absolutely.
Well, they have the ports, so it's going to be tough to move anything, west. They also have a ton of agriculture. So, like, I don't know if you guys know this, but a lot of food comes from California.
Everything comes
Really?
out of California, because everything grows in California.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
And it's a
all of
massive
our
state.
veggies
The temperatures
that
are
we
fucking perfect.
eat year round, they can grow there.
I thought most of the veggies came from like Midwest, like
No,
California.
California.
Yeah, California makes a lot of stuff.
Huh.
And they're also a gateway to the rest of the world. They,
In the West Coast, pretty much.
Yeah.
A lot of the West
Well,
Coast.
until they have that big fucking quake on the fucking the fault line.
you think
San
California's going to
Andreas.
fall off into the ocean?
I mean, they're
I
due.
pray for it.
beachfront property.
They're due.
Absolutely. Yuma is going to be fucking beautiful.
I know.
When California
Give it a few
falls off
years.
the map. Yeah, no, it's going to happen. It's going to
It's
happen.
gonna fucking crack off
Palm
and
trees
float
are going
away.
to finally fucking make sense.
I just kind of don't like a lot of the policies that they have where it's like virtue signaling, but then when you actually, they want to do away with gasoline cars by a certain date. And then you're driving around on the freeways, because my parents live out in San Diego. There's like these big, ADOT signs that are like, hey, don't charge your car from 3 p.m. till 8 p.m. because people need electricity
peak
for their
hours.
So it's like, okay, now, like, what are we doing here? You're just making it tough for people to, like, they're standing on like the environmentalism thing.
So I can't use gas, but I can't charge my car.
But then when it becomes practical, then like people really get hurt. And I think with some of that environmental stuff is like the poorest people get hurt the most, and like women and children, because if you're going to take away a carbon burning fossil fuel thing where it's cheap energy, they can get to work, they can take their kids to school, all that stuff. But now it's like, hey, you have to buy a Tesla, or you have to buy a whatever. And so now these families that are only making $30,000, $40,000 a year can no longer do the things that, and it's nice and it's all fancy and pretty, but the reality is, in practice, it hurts a lot of the poorest of the poor.
Like what?
That might be the plan, though.
But what happened though? Because I think it's in the '80s, late '80s, there was like a boom of electric cars, and like General Motors, all the fucking big guys like shut down the electric car situation. Like there was like what do you call those? What do you call those dumps? Garbage dumps?
The dumps?
Yeah, well, they put all the cars in there, and then now it's just, they started pushing gas, but now all of a sudden we're flipping, and now it's all electric. Like
Well, I think there's a lot of money to be made on these like brand new industries, especially EV cars, and a lot of people are pushing for this. But when you look at the actual rate of how much energy goes into making one of the batteries, or like they're talking about putting these on trucks, okay? Like
Yeah,
I'm talking
like
about
semi-trucks.
semi-trucks.
Just finished their.
And that's all fine and dandy, but these trucks need like one, sometimes two batteries, and they weigh 8,000 pounds just the battery. So now we're talking about a truck hauling one or two fucking cars before anything gets hauled. And then we got to plug it into the wall or the outlet or whatever, and like the amount of electricity that goes in there, and where we're making this electricity. If you're in Virginia, it's coal. If you're in Texas, it's oil. We have a Palo Verde nuclear, but people don't like nuclear, so where's this really, are we saving the environment, or are we just sending more 9-year-old kids to mine this shit in China? Like, I don't understand. We got 200-300 years of fossil fuels. Technology's there, we got plenty of it. We can burn it clean, and it's safe and effective and cheap. But now, people are under this we got the Greta Thunbergs of the world going around saying, how dare you? And it's like, dude, really? Like, you're the one saving the world? Like,
You just got there in your private jet, bro.
you flew
Right.
Did you see the one, there was a
Spanish.
Yeah, she showed up to like a conference. Private jet, big ass GMC.
VA fucking GMC.
She gets out, takes a bike out
Jumps
of the
on
back,
a city bike.
jumps on a city bike, and then rides the bike a half mile to the meeting so she could be like,
It was only 100 yards.
Oh my god.
it is the most embarrassing thing of all time.
I love that it
there's
went public.
6 cars behind her protecting her.
Yeah. It's
They're
just,
in it,
What's
and
the
you know
fuck
they're
going on?
they're all like SUVs packing
Oh,
8
yeah.
motherfuckers.
yeah,
what is going on? Like,
it's because people find this stuff cool, I guess. I don't know. Like the Green Party's a big deal in Germany. People vote with this.
I've got the problem with California dialed in. So I moved to Huntington Beach. It's got to be almost 9 years ago. And there's this giant fucking plant, like a factory plant, just on the other side of PCH. Giant. It must have ruined everyone's fucking view and property values, 5-6 stories high. And I'm asking people, what is this thing? And they're like, oh, that's the desalination station. I was like, oh, that's cool. That sounds fancy. What does it do? It's like, oh, it pulls ocean water in and it takes the salt out of it, so that way California can fix the drought. I'm like, that's fucking smart, you know? When I had moved there, California was in giant drought. I was getting, like, the radio was telling you how long your shower needed to be, so that way you didn't rob the state blindly of water, bullshit like this. And I'm like, but we have this desalination station. What's that thing doing? And they're like, oh, they shut it down. They realized that it wasn't cost effective. I'm like, wait,
What?
so you built the motherfucker.
Right.
You ruined everyone's property value around you because now all these people can't see the ocean from their house.
And you don't get water.
And you're not getting water out of it. It's just sitting there, just bone dry, just a bunch of pipes and metal and bullshit, taking up what, if you put a hotel there, that would be millions of dollars a year.
Right.
Yeah, taxes and
But instead,
Tourism.
we've got something that looks like you should be playing GoldenEye in it.
how dope is that pause music on GoldenEye?
Oh,
God, it amps you up.
that shit bangs.
They need to
just
redo
ready.
that game like the proper way.
Have you played Perfect Dark?
Perfect Dark, no.
It's like the successor to that. It came out 5 years after, but it's
Okay.
essentially the same game,
Okay.
but updated. It's cool.
Or
was.
GoldenEye though.
Perfect Dark?
No
Yeah.
one. You couldn't fuck with GoldenEye.
Rare Studios.
You know the multiplayer thing that they added to it that we all fell in love with?
Yeah.
Was like the last stage edition where there's like, oh, maybe people will like this. We're not sure. It was like, no, that's actually
we
how
loved it.
gaming turned into.
We loved
What's
it.
your favorite game mode? Slappers only?
Oh.
Golden Gun?
I feel like it's Golden Gun. I just remember playing those games and just trying to be as efficient as possible because watching James Bond,
Yeah.
he's always
He's
as
always on
efficient
point.
as
Yeah.
possible. Yeah.
Fucking Golden Gun, dude.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Fuck, one shot, done.
that's it.
What was your favorite map? Other than Facility.
Yeah.
No, facility was fire.
Complex was pretty cool too.
Yeah.
All those vents you could hide in. Did we do
That's when campers were invented.
Correct.
That's when campers were
You found
invented.
a spot?
You found a spot and you just chilled and you were like, you knew the map so well that like he passed like a corner and you recognized it and you were like, yeah, motherfucker.
My brother and I used to, we'd play with 4 people, so it's like there's 4
Yeah,
screens.
there's 4 screens.
So we would take a cardboard box, tape it in the middle,
Like in front of
and
the screen.
player 1
on
and
the
player
side.
3 are on the same team. They're on that side. You're not allowed to screen search, and then the other players are on
The
that
screen
side.
searching was that became a problem.
That was a huge problem.
And then we would get so mad.
I know.
So pissed. I was like, fuck you, you just looked at where I was at. And it's like, bro, relax. Like, but we would get the same one.
Do you remember the proximity mines? You could throw like 80 of them on the wall and have it come out. That was so much fun. Games aren't like that anymore. Now it's
No.
like it's a single person thing. You have to play online. You have to be online, but you can't just like. I think the last time we had an experience, like an old school video game experience, I think you guys came over with
Yeah.
Dylan. We played Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, for hours.
Yeah, for a couple hours. That was great.
We have to do it again.
Yeah, the new one's coming out, I think, in like 2 months. So
We'll
I
do
guess I'll
another
have to get a
little
PlayStation.
tournament.
God, dude, I got my ass kicked in that tournament.
Yeah, you did.
I didn't think. Who was it? Me?
James
and-
James
and I?
James
Yeah,
walked
out of
in
nowhere.
Oh,
blind.
no, just
Yeah.
that James out of nowhere came at
Hadn't played
with it.
anything in his life. I'm just kicking everybody's
Dylan
ass.
and I
Like, it was
fucking went at
stupid.
it.
Yeah. Dylan was not happy that day.
No, he was not. No, he was not.
I downloaded the game to play with girlfriend's 4-year-old. It's called Castle Crumble. So I'm sitting there and playing it with him. I'm starting to get the vibes of this game. It's like a 360 version of like Angry Birds, but like you're just blowing up castles with like cannonballs and shit like that. And like get to like the 3rd level, and I'm starting to get like, I really like this game. I really like this game. The other night, I should say morning because the sun was coming up at the time, I reached level 236, just sitting there, just
So wait,
launching cannonballs until 5:30 in the fucking morning. Got mushrooms in my system, just cannonballs, cannonballs, cannonballs. going back to the beginning, if I fuck any step up, like
Wait,
everyone is gonna be perfect.
Is it on his profile or is it yours?
Oh no, it's mine.
Oh, okay.
It's mine.
He wakes up and he's like, "What the fuck was this?"
Yeah.
4-year-old's gonna
we already
destroy your
skipped-
life.
We already skipped through the tropical castles. We already skipped the Iceland. Now we're in diamonds. Yeah, no, it's good.
What's the name of that game where you have to like you're going up, and if you fall, you go all the way back
I think
down?
it's called Up
It's
or Go Up.
Go up.
It's really big in China now, and the whole premise is like you're a guy, and you got to climb this giant fortress thing. But if you fall, because it's all like, it's like part of the level is a railroad track
Yeah.
that goes up, and it's all fantastical and fable-ish. But it's tough because if you fall, then you go all the way down. People like
Oh,
Is this on the
yeah.
iPhone?
no, it's
No, it's on PC.
Oh, okay.
I think, but it's pretty popular.
It's like all the way up or some dumb shit like that. But
I'm
I've
not-
like watched like
I don't
videos
play many
where people
games,
like
but I
falling,
feel like I need to get like into them just so I can.
In my later years, it seems so daunting. Like we talk about stuff with Dylan one time. I'm like, oh, okay, I'll buy this game, and then I load it up. I'm like, holy shit, I have to like level up 1,000. I'm gonna be here forever.
Not only that, like as soon as you throw it on, it's like, yo, updating,
Right.
45
4 hours.
gigabytes.
4
Man,
hours, like
Yeah.
shit. Just
can't
wanna
you just
play.
load up like a Game Boy? Like,
Right.
I just want to play. Why do I have to download shit?
like I just used to have to blow on your disc and then that's
Yeah.
it.
Do you remember the PlayStation 1? And when you put the disc in, and it like the Sony logo would come up, and like you were just crossing your fingers because
that
you
it
know like,
didn't
it would
freeze?
freeze. Like every other time it would freeze.
As soon as like it went like doo-doo-doo and disappeared, you're like, yes,
we're in.
we're fucking playing.
Man,
So wait, how long have you been at Nook?
But just yeah, nah, 2.5. Just finished third inventory. Yeah, 2.5 months.
is that the worst part of your job?
It's hard taking over a spot that somebody else organized. It feels for a while kind of like you're getting dressed in somebody else's closet.
Yeah.
You don't know where shit is or the logic based off of where it is.
I thought you did a good job handling the back bar and making your kind of your own, and then also mirroring the wells. That was a good idea.
I mean, those aren't ideas. That's just the way that shit should be.
Yeah.
So wait, have you always worked in like Fox Concepts up until?
No, I've gotten a good mix of the family mom and pop shops, the semi-corporates, the super corporates, and now the not so corporates.
Like in your like a perfect world, like would it be like mom and pop shops or your favorite, or do you have a
It just
favorite?
depends.
Just
Just
depends
depends.
on
Yeah.
the staff and
I
the
mean,
vibe.
The staff, the vibe, how's the money? Like, I used to open Fox Restaurant Concepts in California because they would give me a like $1,100 or $1,200 kicker to open up a spot and just last 6 weeks. So it was like, fuck it.
Yeah, why not?
Like, it was always my second gig, but that's fine. I just got to make it through fucking training and not kill somebody in
6
3
weeks?
weeks. Yeah.
All right.
I can do that.
Is that how long it takes to train people typically? Like 6 weeks?
Yeah, usually
4 to
for
6
like
weeks?
a full restaurant open, figure out where shit should go and everything should be going and that kind of stuff. 6 weeks is usually about the time that your books should get back to at least a place where you can say, you're going towards the black.
What's the hardest part about training someone within those 6 weeks?
I mean, it's trying to figure out what the baseline is. Like for me, like I'm wondering, I got into Nook. My girlfriend's one of the bartenders, and then the GM owner's brother is the other bartender. I have no idea what the baseline is. I don't know how you guys have been.
Yeah.
And we're not starting with, hey, let's do training on these drinks. Instead, we're saying, hey, we got 45 covers tonight. I'm giving you a brand new cocktail menu. You've never tasted any of this shit before. I'm batching half of it, and you got fresh juices for the other ones. And, I mean, the way he looked at me when I was like, hey, dude, you got a full well full of delicious syrups, fresh juices, make whatever the fuck you want to. If it tastes good, sell it. And he looked at me and he was like, I haven't had a bar like this in a long time. I'm like, that's a fucking shame. This is the way that it should be. Like, you should have delicious shit. You should have a whole Jamba Juice selection of delicious shit to make drinks with.
Yeah.
That's the way
So-
it should be.
So you met your current girlfriend at at Nook?
No, I met Ella over 10 years ago at Pig and Pickle.
Pig and Pickle?
Dude, Pig and Pickle was the industry spot, South Scottsdale.
Hayden and Thomas.
Yep. It was awesome. They stayed open late. They had delicious drinks.
Good food too.
Is it,
They had
it's
a
not
daily tater
no longer,
tot. No, they closed, right before the pandemic?
Yep.
Yeah. Loved, Keenan and
I remember Keenan was a chef there, but I don't remember anyone else that worked there.
Clayton. the
Clayton,
other-
okay.
Yeah.
So you've known her. You've known of her 10 years.
Oh, yeah. No, I asked her out. I gave her my number when she was working at the Gladly 8 or 9 years ago. She never hit me up. And then I remember I was working at Highball, and she came in with this pit bull looking motherfucker.
Like Mr. Worldwide?
Yeah. And I was like, wait, you're on the market? And she's looking at me and she's like, what do you mean? I'm like, you're single? And you're coming to my bar, sit in front of me, and go on a date?
With this motherfucker?
With this motherfucker. I was like, yeah, no. I was like, when can we have a couple glasses of wine and talk about things? And so
And
we've been very, very happy ever
good.
since then.
Nice, man.
Happy
Yeah.
about that.
We're about to move in together in a couple days, so I'm like packing up all of my shit, started with the art room and all of the winter clothes, because I'm not going to need any of those things anytime soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In
What
this
part of the
area?
valley are you gonna live in?
So she lives like just this side of downtown Phoenix. And she's got a house, so we're just trying to get a lawn in the back and a little bit more storage, make sure it makes sense. But
I've always wondered, like, what's it like to live in downtown Phoenix? Like, I want to, but there's no grocery stores close. Like, where do you?
You have the one next to the stadium now.
there's the one,
That's
yeah,
Fry's.
and that one's wild.
I heard it was wild. I'd never been.
Oh, it's wild. Yeah, no, there should be a DJ in there at most times. Because
why?
there's because downtown Phoenix has just become like this fucking melting ground for just whatever the fuck is happening.
Yeah.
It's
and
happening.
it's never consistent. Like
Yeah.
there's just always something fucking happening downtown now. And to your point, it's the only fucking grocery store. So
Right.
it's the only place for things to happen. And no one can walk there because it's hot as shit. So you have to go drive and park underneath.
Oh, I won't. No.
Yeah, it's like,
No.
like
No.
downtown Atlanta is busy. Like, you see people walking down the street all the time. When I go down to downtown Phoenix, it's like a ghost town. Like, I don't see people walking around. Even when it's nice outside, I don't see people
Correct.
walking around.
Unless it's like First Friday, but that's not even
Right.
downtown.
That's not even downtown. That's just Roosevelt.
Yeah,
Road.
it's just Roosevelt
First
Road.
Friday is aggressive.
Have you seen it lately though?
No.
So I went there like a few weeks ago. Roosevelt, like First Friday, they actually shut down Roosevelt now.
Yeah.
So they closed down the actual street so you can walk in the street. And there's so many, and now it's not even art. It's
No.
just vendors.
Just vendors, yeah.
Right.
Just
like you're just
random
selling
shit.
random shit.
So what's the draw to go down there? I thought the whole thing was about art and like
It used to be
culture.
art.
It used to
So
be, yeah.
now,
Now it's
there
just
is
a thing.
musicians, there's galleries that are open and all this and all that. But it's rare, like you get vendors that like make their own like candles, which is cool because I consider that an art. Like you're making your own shit,
Yeah.
like that's awesome. But then you just get people that just sell random shit. And you're like, well, I mean, this isn't really what we started off at. Like I remember when I was like, you know, a child going to First Friday, and it was like, yo, man, this guy just like made a badass canvas. And
Isn't
like,
that where you got inspired for your first tattoo?
No, it was at a swap meet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I got inspired for my first tattoo at a swap meet.
Swapping. Dude, in Atlanta, like flea markets on the East Coast are swap meets out here. Like, I didn't know what a swap meet was.
Yeah, it's dude. There's one going on right now down the street.
Right. And then also out here, Goodwill is like the thing. Like on the East Coast, like you get laughed at if you go to Goodwill.
You kind of get laughed at if you go to Goodwill around here too, but there's nowadays with the younger crowd, you don't, because thrifting is such a great thing.
Right.
Yeah, but Goodwill's like a for-profit thing. It's
Yeah.
not like a charity thing.
It's
Or-
not. It's a full profit. I was actually speaking about that on the way over here. I was like,
I've
Good-
always thought about that. Like, where does that money go? Like, what?
Into,
Goodwill? Like,
into a
what?
corporate account. is where
yeah,
it goes.
you need to understand that Goodwill doesn't pay for a penny of their like inventory.
So why do they call it Goodwill?
Is it to trick?
Because you'll go in there and spend money if it's called Goodwill and not for profit.
Yeah, pretty much.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
Because
So
it's recycled garbage.
Yeah.
it
correct.
is 100%.
Now, granted, if you're trying to buy a massive amount of Nerf guns for a 4-year-old's birthday party,
That's
That's a place to go.
yeah.
Or
I
like,
bought a fucking arsenal for my roommate's kid's birthday party. Just showed up with a milk crate full of fucking. I still had to go to Target to buy the bullets.
he's like $20.
Yeah.
Yeah, $20. Fucking arsenal. Half of them were broken. That's fine.
They
Doesn't
don't care.
matter.
The
Kids didn't care.
No.
No,
They didn't
did
fucking
not
give
give
a
a
shit.
Fucking
But yeah,
kids.
no, it's recycled garbage.
And they make money off that shit. That's the wild thing.
What Goodwill-
I thought it went to like a certain percentage went somewhere.
No. So
What they claim is that they help people job train, which I think maybe is true. But like, how do you really job
Measure that?
train to go work at a Target or something? Is that what we're talking
yeah.
about here?
So one thing that they started doing a lot is because like the whole news, like the younger crowd, they started doing like a lot of thrifting and like I've sold a shirt from Goodwill for like $200. I bought it for $1.
That's insane, dude.
It was like a Tina Turner shirt.
Dude, I think
Sold it for like $200.
the resale market, the resale industry has fucked everything.
And the thing is that like Goodwill realized it, so they won't put that clothes out anymore because they're realizing like, hey, they're just taking profit from us, and they don't like that, so they limit their inventory because they know that like people are coming out to like do this and do that, so they don't want that. So now they just do it online and they do it themselves.
Dude, the reselling market is just shit. Like, gone are the days where, like, if you get, like, I don't know, let's just say Jordans. Like, you can no longer go to a store and get that shoe that day that it drops.
No,
like,
you
have to-
can't. You have to buy it resale now, like forcefully, because everyone's such a big on reselling those because they know that there's gonna be a fucking like $100, $200 markup on it, and you're gonna want it because you want that fucking shoe.
Like, I honestly think that StockX sells fake shoes. Like, I think that they do, because there's no way that they can have that much access to all the shoes that drop.
I'm not
at
much
all
of a
time.
shoe guy. Like I can't get into shoes like that. If someone's like, hey, yo, these shoes are $500, but look at them, and I'm like,
I've spent
At Ross, they're like, I can get a good pair for like $30, bro. They're gonna
Yeah.
last just as long.
yeah.
I think it's about supply and demand stuff. So like the nice department stores and the nice clothing stores, when they get returns or they get stuff that doesn't sell, it goes into the trash. Like they get rid of it. It's not allowed to go to a secondary market. It's not allowed to be bought for cheaper or whatever. And they do that so that way people feel, oh my gosh, this Louis Vuitton bag was worth a $5,000 purchase, but really, I mean, we're talking about, I don't know, $100 worth of leather
Yeah.
and some small child in Taiwan that put this together. Like,
Right.
is this really worth $5,000 or is it like inflating? And so, like Ticketmaster,
Yo, Ticketmaster right now
they
is one
roll
of the
through
biggest
and they
ones.
buy 80% of the fucking tickets, and then it's on resale, and that's how they make their money. It's just basically causing
Service and fees are ridiculous nowadays.
It's stupid.
They're like $60 service and fees. Service and fees for what? Like what are you?
Right, like,
what the
to
fuck are you?
print my ticket
Yeah,
at my
to
own
print-
home with my own paper.
on my fucking computer?
On
You're,
my
you're
own
charging me
computer?
$60 to print my ticket.
Yeah.
For basically an email and a QR code.
Yeah.
Right.
That's it. That was $60.
Aren't they under investigation for that?
Well, so what they're saying is that the artists are demanding more, and so they give you a smaller price to get you excited about it, and then they charge the fees, and part of that goes to the artists. Is what they're saying.
What's the last concert you've been to?
I'm going to Morgan Wallen on Wednesday, and Jen
This
and I
Wednesday?
paid. Yeah, Jen and I paid, I think $4.50
A
ticket.
ticket?
Peace?
No.
Are you like on the stage?
There's
I
playing.
don't think
Yeah,
so.
no.
I don't think so.
You better high five the motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like, I better
How-
get something cool.
How close
There's an
are you?
artist that's coming to town, and the meet and
We're
greets are $400.
close.
Okay.
I don't know if I want to go because they're $400.
Here's the stage. Where are you?
Okay, so so the audience can see. This is Morgan Wallen.
On
Yeah.
stage.
This is Chase Field.
This is you.
And Jen and I and a bunch of people are on like the first couple seats of the place
Of the
where there's
first-
seats.
So this is the pit.
This is the
That's
pit.
the pit.
So if Morgan Wallen hits a second-story home run, you might
gonna
be able
get
to
hit.
catch the ball.
Might be able to be. You're in
No,
the
I'm
you're
in the first. I'm in
level?
like the first row of the first seat,
Oh, okay.
but
Okay.
he's probably gonna be like 300 yards away from me.
Oh,
for
So you'll still be
$400.
watching on the big screen.
Yeah, I'll still just be
Yeah.
sitting in my chair.
Because everybody in front of you is gonna be like, you're gonna be staring at ass
Dude,
if you
that
don't
is
stare at the screen.
aggressive. $400 for a ticket.
Jared
like,
got them all, and so he was like,
I mean, are there hot dogs included? A beer, maybe?
No, because the hot dogs are $20.
Yeah, they
the
are.
beer's like 25.
Tall boys are.
Yeah, but we
18.
made a 22-ounce Modelo for you, so we can charge you $22.
Yeah.
but it's in a skinny glass, so you don't
it's
really
like
know.
the skinniest tall glass in the world.
Yeah.
Do you
And
remember?
then they open it for you.
Yeah, I don't need
You
you to
have to
open
drink
it for
it.
me. Yeah.
I don't need you to open this for me.
Also,
I
only
have
one
two
at
for a
time.
reason.
You can't get two. But they all that Chase Field, they got caught doing this. It was like the big beer and then the medium beer, and they were in different cups. One was wider
But they're
than
the
the
same
other.
size.
Same exact size. Oh. And so you're spending like $7 extra for
Dude.
nothing. Like that
Fucking
really teed me
bullshit,
off when I
dude.
found out about that. I stopped.
That's the
checking
main
into
reason I
games.
really don't go to like sporting events, dude, because it's like
It's so annoying. Even Suns games. It's
you're
just
charging me $20 for a tall boy. Stop it.
Like, yeah.
Stop it.
Dude, and every time I go to the Suns game too, I'm like ripping my vape and like trying to be. And
Yeah.
somebody comes up to me like, "Yo,
Yeah.
you can't vape." I'm like, "Dude, I'm not blowing up clouds everywhere." Like,
Right.
I won't be going to the Suns games because of that.
People need to give up on the whole no vaping thing. I think it's
yeah.
I think it's respectable to cover up the fucking red button so you don't look like Rudolph the red-nosed fucking smoker.
Yep.
And you don't fucking just
red-nosed
Blow it in somebody's fucking face.
yeah, don't throw out Gandalf clouds and you're fucking fine.
I agree. Don't
Yeah.
change the weather. Just
Right.
You know,
I
be
hate when
addicted
people
in
like when you vape and people are like, it's like, oh what?
What, my strawberry fucking
don't-
you wanna light up a
like
real
to smell
cigarette?
Lucky
Is that
Charms?
what you want?
Yeah, you want me to? Yeah,
You
We
want
can
the
take it back to
Marlboro
the
Red?
day,
I'll
bro.
blaze it. Yeah.
I'll blaze it right now if you want me to.
I'll blaze it in your
Indoors.
face. Yeah.
It's my favorite thing. It's like the war on drugs. We just gave up. Drugs won. Like,
Yeah.
can't smoke inside. Okay, you can't smoke inside anymore. We created vapes. Now you can smoke inside.
Now you can smoke inside.
But you can't smoke inside, just so you know that. But just go ahead
But
and
it's
keep ripping that.
like
vape.
okay, like at the shop, there's a rule that says like you can't smoke inside, and I think it's more because of the whole fact that like people blow clouds, and I'm like sometimes like yeah, the shop manager's like, yo, your client can't smoke inside, and I'm like, why? I'm like, he's not blowing fucking, climate changing clouds.
Yeah.
It
Changing.
doesn't smell like
Columbia
shit.
Serious.
Right, it doesn't smell like shit.
It doesn't smell like shit. This thing smells like strawberry fucking, like a strawberry
Yeah.
milkshake. Like,
It's heavenly.
what are you mad about? I was like, I don't even smoke.
He's doing
I
the
don't
work
e-
your candle isn't.
I don't even vape, and you're fucking mad. Like, how are you mad? And I don't fucking vape.
Do you realize there's a time where people used to smoke?
Yeah,
Inside.
yo,
I was alive for
No,
that.
I
no, no,
remember
no.
those
Not
days.
only smoke inside, but smoke in airplanes. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
can you
Oh,
imagine?
I remember those little fucking things. I still
Can you
think about that.
imagine?
You used to roll in there like nowadays they're like, what the fuck is that? It's like, yeah, bro. Like the cars they
A
used
better
to
time.
they used to be on the doors. The ashtrays used to be on the car doors.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
better times. Like don't get me wrong.
I mean,
I-
you got a built-in lighter.
Yeah, remember
Yeah.
the thing you push in and then
yeah, you just burn the shit out of
We used to
yourself.
be
Yeah.
a proper country.
yeah. What's happened to us?
We've become
Open
fucking
court, like you're getting
pussies.
sentenced to go to jail and you can just rip cigs. Like,
Oh right.
what a
Like
great time.
It's fine. You can sit in this section. There's no smoke over
Oh, in
here.
the IHOP
You
section.
just have people at the bar just ripping.
just super
Have you ever-
ripping.
have
It's
you ever-
fine.
I'm
We're
sure
all-
you've gone to the fucking smoke box in the airports.
Oh, yeah.
Hold
I've
on.
never actually gone
The
inside.
casinos though.
God, man.
The casinos are pretty fire around here. Like, have you? I walk in there and it's just nostalgia. I'm like, oh fuck, my dad's gonna whoop my ass right now.
Yeah, but the
They
thing
don't,
is,
they don't let you vape in casinos anymore.
no, and they have the
Really?
plexiglass up for COVID still. Like that was
Ah.
a thing. So like when you're playing blackjack and your homie gets like nice double, 21.
You're just plexiglassing it.
Yeah, like, you can't, there's no celebration. And then, here's your winnings, sir. It's a piece of paper. Like, fuck you.
Oh, it's a
dude.
ticket.
I need like stacks of chips. Like,
Yeah.
I want mountains of chips.
I want to walk through the fucking casino and people
Yeah.
know that I
You
fucking
know they've
just ran that
separated
shit.
the poker room from in Talking Stick. It's a tent now. Not tent, but
Yeah, I don't think you can say that.
It's like a teepee. Is that what you mean?
There it is.
Sorry, Dylan.
it's a separate facility from the casino.
Really?
Which one are you talking about?
Talking Stick. they've taken poker, like, you know how you used to walk in and go up the stairs and the
Yeah.
poker room's on the right?
Yeah.
That's no longer there.
So what's in there
It's
now?
slots.
The
There's
dime,
more slots?
More slots. And now you have to walk, like, out through the concierge, the parking section up front, and go into another building. And that's where the poker is.
Well, okay, we got one more topic because Yaz just showed up.
Yeah.
And I want to get out of her way.
Yaz.
Yaz.
Let's do the whole lab meat thing. Do you think it's going to be good, bad, pros, cons?
It's already been done.
Yeah, but like,
I think. Well,
I don't
they
think it's as
approved
bad
it-
as you think.
They
So, okay.
approved it during that whole submarine debacle.
The FDA.
Yeah, they approved the sale of clone meat to the masses during that submarine situation. There, like I said, there was a couple things that happened during that
Smells
submarine
stinky.
situation. Yeah.
Yeah, but don't you think that selective breeding is essentially the same thing? I mean, you're making a bunch of children cows that are from the same dad because he's the biggest and tastiest or whatever. Is that not the same thing as cloning or close to it?
I mean, I guess, but when you're purposely cloning a living thing for meat, I think it's you're going down a different.
You're talking about like becoming God, essentially. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
kind of weird.
So if they're cloning meat, then who's to say they're not cloning humans? Jamie Foxx. So I don't understand why we've allowed this to happen.
Because we haven't
Because
seen bad parts of it yet.
we were worried about 4 motherfuckers that imploded in the deep sea.
Which happened, what, 22 minutes after?
Right after they went in there.
Thing happened, and then we
After
were
going
all
down.
just talking about it for 3 days?
Right.
Yeah.
No, for a week.
Yeah, it was like a week. It was-
No, I think that we're just 60 years from finding out that this gives you fucking super cancer.
Yeah.
Like, every time we create the fake version of something, we're like, oh man, this is so much healthier, blah, blah, blah. It's like, oh yeah, no, now science have shown that this can actually.
There's gonna be infomercials on us
Right.
20 years from now.
Oh, absolutely.
Do you know that you shouldn't cook in like Teflon covered pans or the protective pans because they're called forever chemicals that are in those pans? So it's probably better for you to cook with a cast iron skillet.
That's why they're so expensive. Cast iron skillets are like $100. Even resale.
Forever all chemicals are forever.
I know it sounds crazy, but look it up. They're
Dude, the
called
water that we
forever-
drink today is the same water the dinosaurs drank.
Oh, dude.
I just don't understand the forever chemical thing. I don't think it's that scary.
I don't understand how we can bathe in the water, but we can't drink it. Like, I lived in Tempe, and I could not drink the water in Tempe at
Dude,
all.
Gilbert, did you try the water when you guys were down there? Trash. It's awful. I don't know what it is, but every store in Gilbert has terrible tasting.
Okay,
No, we just
okay. So if the
drink
water
a lot of
tastes
alcohol.
terrible and you're bathing in it, like,
I'm not ingesting it.
Yeah, well,
you're-
your body's absorbing it, so you're ingesting it.
Yeah, but poison's in the dose, not like...
That's a big ass dose. You're showering.
If you drink a gallon of water, that is not even close to, like, taking a 10-minute shower. There's no way. I'm sorry.
okay.
What's the best way to water a plant? You take the plant out of the pot in the little plastic thing, put it in the sink, you fill the sink up.
You fill the sink up?
Yep.
How long do you keep it in there for?
Do it for half the day.
I believe him because he knows a lot about weed. So
I currently have a weed plant sitting in the sink right now that is taking a fucking bath.
Can't they drown, though? Or, like, be watered too much?
They can be watered too much, absolutely, but that's by watering them on top and drowning them.
How many plants is a?
But doesn't nature have rain that does that? Isn't that, like, a normal, natural
Well,
way
we
to-
live in Arizona. It never
You been
rains.
outside?
And it's
Not, well, yeah, but I'm saying...
what rain?
no.
No, this was sitting on the front porch for like 3 days, and it's been 116 outside, so the plant looks sad as fuck. So
Yeah, I got two.
took him
that are
inside and gave him a spa
dying.
day.
How many,
have no plants.
How many plants is one person legally able to grow? Is it? I think it's 2, or is it 1? 1 or 2?
Yeah, I don't think anybody's gonna.
Nobody's.
I
even
think that you can have.
stressing.
Yeah.
He's I don't know,
Makes you
man.
want
My
to.
bag is full of
I
them.
got like
Yeah.
17, so
Oh, all right.
All right, we're going to get on with our episode today. Casey, thank you so much for coming out. We had a great time.
Dude, it was great.
You
was a
were
lot of fun. Thank you, guys.
Very,
Loved
very,
it.
very fun guest. We're going to kick it to our fake sponsor of the day. This one's brought to you by the Andrew Tate of Arcadia, aka Ricky Williams.
Here we go.
He's got a airline business that has non-flying, disappearing planes. So give him a check. Give him a shout out.
50% discount.
50% off your
I cannot wait.
Matrix is
Matrix
glitching,
plane.
man.
Yeah, I cannot wait until you fucking see
Later,
these
guys. Thank
fucking
you.
planes.
You showed me a picture.
I did.
Oh dear, don't you ever worry, I'm right here. I can't fucking live without you. I wouldn't even want to.
That kid looks just like you. That's my kid.
Yeah.